Yeah, a little South Park stream this afternoon. 2 hours. Lots of fans. Lots of fans.
I stopped. I stopped by to see it, and then the kids were getting bored, and they're like, "Come on, let's do something." I'm like, but watching Quilt. Okay. I don't have the energy to fight you guys. Let's
Yeah,
go do
yeah.
some let's go do some stuffs. So yeah,
Kids.
it looked like fun. Although the bit that I was watching was just you kind of running around the house, opening drawers and such. So it wasn't really into the. I didn't see a fight.
Yeah. I haven't done a lot of it. Like a lot of fighting. It it really seems to be very puzzle based at the beginning, but
Okay.
I'll just say that it doesn't seem all that different from what the first one. Like I haven't really experienced much difference from the first one to this one.
I was gonna ask, is it similar to what the first one was?
Yeah, it's very similar to the
Okay.
first one. I mean, there was a couple of guys that were watching the stream, going, "Oh man, that's great! It's got the anime stuff from the show. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that like is way over my head, but I mean, the
Yeah,
humor is still like it literally like it just literally finishes from where the first I guess the first one. I didn't finish the first one. I got you know it was really long, so which is great for some people, but at the same time,
yeah.
it's just like okay, I'm doing the same thing over and over. Well, I don't know. It's an RPG and
It's an RPG. Yeah,
I grow tired of
nailed
RPGs.
it.
So I laugh my ass off, and it makes me want to continue, and it makes me want to do these things, and like so, like it has a magical like I like the fighting. I like that fighting style. Like I like that taking turns and having your skills, and you know what I mean. Like this one is obviously hero based and
Yeah,
instead of fantasy based, but they literally explain from the beginning of the game. They're like, okay, I don't want to play fantasy anymore, I want to play superheroes, so they
that's
switch right into
awesome.
superheroes. Like
That's
Cartman,
fantastic.
Cartman comes running out dressed up as a raccoon, and he's just like, "Yep, we're going back in time. We're doing superheroes now." And like, everyone go change your outfits. It's like, "Fuck you, Cartman," you know. And it's just like that's how the game progresses into the new. And it's just like that's South Park. That's great.
That's that's enough fourth walling. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that a lot.
So yeah, it's you don't have to be a fan of South Park in order to get the humor, but I think they plant a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, is there a lot of callbacks to like the show, or is it all just mostly back to the original, the first game rather?
There's a lot of callbacks to the show, and I mean, I'm not a huge South Park fan, but Jen and Hannah are. So I have watched episodes of South Park, and like there's certain things that I remember from some of the episodes I've watched. Like
Right.
there's these they're called member berries. Member berries. Remember when? Remember because there was like an episode where everyone like how you grow older, you go like, you remember back when we used to do this, and they have like
Right.
they're called
Yes.
member
Yeah.
berries, and all they do is they sit around and go, remember the time we did, remember the time we did, remember, and so there's like a quest where you have to collect 5 bundles of member berries, and every time you go see them, and there they are, and you go to collect them, they're like, remember when remember, it's
God
like
damn it.
it's so fucking like it's so good. Like it just looks like you're playing the anime, like you're actually playing an episode of South Park. So, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's I think it's really good. Like I'm enjoying it, but I mean I might fall into the same boat I did with the first one, and eventually be like, okay, time to move on,
Yeah.
especially at this time. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
When
Like
there's so much
when
stuff coming out. Yeah.
exactly. And then
Um.
they gave you Stick of Truth with this game too, so it's like 4X.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Is that backwards compatible?
yeah.
It is.
Well, no,
Okay.
no, they gave you the Xbox One version. So
Wait, they made an Xbox One version?
yeah, it's not the backwards compatible version. It's the actual Xbox One version.
Oh,
So
I didn't think they made an Xbox One.
didn't think they did either. They must have just released it at the same time with the
That's
fractured
fucking
button.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm
So
still not playing it. Okay. Quick question. Your dude had like a mustache and a wicked goatee and some sick ass sideburns. Now, did you customize your character? I missed that bit.
Yeah, I customized my character at the beginning, and it was very minimal at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So, but like, so, I don't. If you saw me with the goatee, but I changed it to a pair of testicles, like my chin. I got rid of the facial hair, and this is a pair of testicles that hangs from my chin now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, does that give you bonuses?
No, no bonuses. It's strictly
No
just
bonus,
cosmetic.
just full on. I just wanted to look better, so
Yeah.
I put these
It
bad
was,
boys
yeah.
and just dangled
And I
these
had
bad
to,
boys
and it
right here.
unlocked it. So like you get basic customization stuff, and then
Okay,
like you
okay.
find like I found the testicle chin, and I was like, oh, well, I got to put that on.
Well, you can't not put that on.
Right.
Like, who are we talking about? That's
and
crazy talk.
and the bra hat. The
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
my character is running around with a pink bra now on his head, and everyone's like, "This is fucking great." No abilities, nothing that go with it. Just
Okay. Do you actually get gear with abilities, or is
yeah, there's geared with
it's
abilities.
strictly just kind of just let's have fun?
No, there's both. There's
Okay.
strictly just have fun, and then there's also the gear that gives you abilities and boosts abilities. But now they have added something else called artifacts, which boost a number of skills. So like they, as much as it's a little bit the same, they've actually added, they made the combat a little bit the same, but a little bit different. And they've added
Right.
more abilities and they added classes. I don't think there was classes. In the original one, I don't think it was just like, okay, if I pick up a bow, then I'm then I'm a ranged person. If I pick, I can use the bow or I can use the
Right.
sword. Or this one, now they have different types of superheroes, like a ranged superhero, a combat face to hand combat one, and then like a magical one. So they added a little more to it, but again, it's pretty basic, easy for someone to pick up. So, but I mean, again, RPG, not really my genre, but it's funny enough that I want to play through it and hear a lot of phallic things and stuff like
It's
that.
the
So
humor that keeps you going. It sounds
right,
like.
right. So
Right on.
yeah. And you? What do
Uh,
you just had a good week of
I have fallen down a progressively longer and longer hole of Forza. I am now doing Formula 70s, so it's like the 70s Formula 1 cars, and I'm just putting it at the hardest difficulty and playing at the longest length. So it's like the extra long race length. So some races were like 40 laps, and I'm just like, this is amazing. I love every second of it. uh, yeah. I feel like I'm just waiting for new stuff to come. Like this week will be Wolfenstein 2. That's what we'll be playing this week for like a new game. Um, so so yeah, I'm just kind of just waiting for that. Played more of Watch Dogs. I still really dig that game. The kids found Run Blow today. Run
yeah,
Bow.
yeah.
Um, and they were having a blast with it. Um, but I don't think I'm ever playing that game again because I played it and I'm just playing with my kids, right? So it's like whatever. It's fucking that's what happens. Like yeah. But then my oldest started talking shit. So, oh, Dad, I could take you down, no problem. Ah, rah. I was like, all right, you really want me to play? You really want me to play? I'm warning you. I totally played, and I played too hard. I felt bad. Like I just was like just shit talking
Very
and stuff.
competitive.
This, yeah, super competitive, and the game totally kind of like brings that out. I was like, I don't want to do this because you can be sneaky and like turn around, just punch the guy behind you, and keep running. So it's like doing all sorts of like sneaky shit like that, and I was like, yeah, this real gross. I don't want to do this. I'm
So
never playing this game again.
is
So
Runbow like light speedrunners or
it is like light speedrunners, although it's the it has an ending, like a
start to finish?
defined a defined ending. So it's not
Oh,
like just keep going until everybody dies. It's you keep going until the first person gets to the objective. At least in the mode we were playing.
Okay.
And then it's like 10 rounds with 10 different maps. And yeah, it's devious, like when you're trying to make a jump and then the colors all change and the thing you were trying to land on is no longer there, and you've already used your double jump, and it's just like, I'm falling to my death. Here we go. It's really bad. Uh, or there's one where you switch spots, and it's not like Speedrunner where there's a chance to mess it up. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get the hook, and there's like a wall or something there, and you don't do the full on twist,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
full on switch. In this one, it's like, no, you're switching, man. And so, yeah, it's fucking Mario Kart all over again. I'm out.
Well, we've stopped playing Gang Beasts because I got really upset because it didn't like
Uh-oh.
I can't wrap my head around why like Megan will consistently knock me out and and she's just punching me and she's just like button mashing and knocking me out, and then like I lose, like she
Right.
wins. So we played a bunch of it, and then I was just like, I can't win, I can't figure this out, like I don't, no matter what
Right.
I do, no matter how I play, it doesn't matter what skill I have, I just gotta mash the buttons. Like, and my
That's all I
mashing
got.
the
That's all I
buttons
got for
doesn't
you.
is no for some reason not as good as the way she mashes the buttons. And I'm like, explain it to me. What are you doing? Well, I'm just punching and I'm hitting. And she's just showing me what she's doing. I'm like, you're just mashing
Yeah.
the buttons, but you're
It's like,
matching
come
it
on,
in a
Dad. Why
way
aren't
for
you
some
good?
reason that always lets you win. Or it's like, does the game, is this Mario Kart where it just happens to always favor the second player, or like I can't. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I like put the controller down. I push it away. I'm like, I'm done. Like, it's not. I don't feel like I'm losing because of skill. I'm losing because of something else, and I can't figure out what it is. And we figured out a couple of different things that uh, like we figured out there was a punch and a kick and an actual headbutt button, and I was
Okay.
just
Okay.
pressing like
These are
I was just
important.
pressing the punch button. Like, it was just pressing the
Okay.
punch buttons, and they don't like you don't gang. I mean, it's in early access, so there's. I mean, it's been in early access for 2.5 years, so I don't know how much early access this is ever going to be.
Dude,
Is-
sometimes the early access takes its time, man. Come on,
Well,
look at Star Citizen. That's never leaving
oh,
early access.
Jesus.
That's
Uh,
never leaving access.
yeah,
Forget
but
early access.
this is a Double Fine early access game, which Double Fine likes to just leave behind. Like, I don't think I want to
Oh,
invest in Double Fine early access games because they never finish them. Uh,
it happened once, man. It happened once. They
well,
apologized.
fucking Gang Beast seems to be the second one because that
Wait,
game's
though,
been
Gang Beast was an independent thing. Before, did Double Fine pick them up? Because
maybe
I don't think it was a Double Fine game before. Like the first time I played it, I don't think it was. But I mean, it
maybe
could be.
after they got the
Who
Double
would get?
Fine money,
Yeah.
they signed
Now
an
that
agreement to not
fucking
finish it.
yeah, they're like, these cigars are made out of $100 bills, so I don't have to worry about
Look,
punch buttons.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the online doesn't seem to be like it doesn't seem to be mature at all. Like, there doesn't seem to be anything online to play it. Like, it's kind of really weird that way. So,
Mm,
uh, but yeah, playing it with Megan, like, I think I'm partly frustrated because I can't figure it out, but I'm secondly part frustrated because it's my child that's beating me at it, and it doesn't.
yes, yes,
I
and
can't
that's
wrap around.
that's essentially what happened to me. I was like, okay, we're done. Get out. We're never doing this again. And they're like, what? I'm like, get out, get out. We're done. I was like, I won, and I'm not gonna play this until I lose. So like, get out.
At least you
Like that.
won. At least you
But
won.
we won one, and then we did another one, and like I beat her just by like 1 point, right? So I was like, fuck, that's really way too close. no, get out. I can't have this. I can't have this. Like, you're not gonna let you beat me. Get out of here.
That's a
I went
tough
from
pill to swallow, really.
it hurts so much. I went from being the best dad ever yesterday, bringing home ice cream, to like, get out of my game room because you're too good at this game. The very next day, like, this feels terrible. So had to have a sit down with her and be like, Daddy doesn't like to be competitive.
Oh,
She kicked me in the shin and then she ran away.
yeah, yeah.
Which is well played on her part, I think.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I just,
It's
yeah. So
it's funny
we
that you've been playing Forza 7. I thought you said you were gonna give it up, like you were like.
yes, no, absolutely. So instead of like, see, I didn't want to give it up cold turkey. See,
So if you play
so
the longer races,
what I thought was like, okay, well, this will slow me down. I will just do longer races. But it hasn't slowed me down because I just like, oh, I make so much money on these longer races. Like, we should do more of them. So it's like, 45-minute race. You're like, oh, that's like 500,000. Oh, that's a lot of credits, man. I'm leveling up like crazy. This is fantastic. Like, fuck, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Yeah, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But again, the more I play it, the more I really want to see the X version of it.
right, right,
Like the in-car view, um, in the windscreen, in the windshield, you can see the reflection of the dashboard.
yeah,
And on the Xbox, it's really low res. Like, you can see kind of like the jaggies up the side. Like, you can, when the light hits it, it's like, that's really rough. That doesn't look that great. And I just imagine, I haven't checked it on PC because I don't really play it on PC. But I would imagine with everything cranked up, it's gonna look really good. So I was like, fuck, I can't wait for that. Like, how good that's gonna
man.
look.
Ugh. Uh, I I was in Fogbound Turtles stream. He was playing
Yes.
that Xbox
Yes.
game, and he was saying, holy shit, Zorbzy is level 700 in in Forza Horizon 3. He played that game a lot, and I'm like, I think he was level 100 in Forza 1 or Forza 7 before it actually released. I was just like, and do you think that would have been the prime time to jump in there and be like, would you believe he doesn't have his license?
Oh, I feel bad because I wanted to do a co-stream with him, but we just never. Timing was all off. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
nah, because I can't do it during the day, and at night it's just kind of like,
yeah, yeah.
can't. I'm just kind of pooped. But yeah, he was playing Project Gotham on Friday, and it was really awesome. I just sat and watched it. I was like, just hey man, did you play this? Yes, I did. Hey man, did you play this? Yes, I did. I'm like, wow, like, so good. Just chatting with him. It was great. It was great.
That
Because
was Friday night, right? I think it was Friday night because
yeah,
I
it was
feel like
Friday
I
night.
jumped in shortly after. I jumped in shortly after you were there because I thought I saw your name in the chat, and then he said something about you going and putting the kids down to sleep or
Yeah,
something.
I had to put the kids to bed. Stacy wasn't feeling very well, and now I think I've got what she has. So
Oh, fantastic!
yes, yeah. So it's why self-medicating here.
Nice. Uh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, what I was gonna say was, PGR4 is 10 years old. It was 10 years old last
Holy
week.
shit!
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of
Was
fitting
that
that
what
he
he
was
was
playing.
playing? I thought it
He
was.
was playing PGR1,
Okay, okay.
but yeah, yeah.
You played that, didn't you? Stream that on when it was on your
I
classic
did. Yeah,
Throwback
yeah.
Thursdays? Yeah, yeah. I thought this looks very
Was it
familiar.
one? Might have been two that I streamed, but still, yeah. Those brought back a lot of memories. I love that game.
Yeah, it seems all right. It seems all right.
Yeah.
Uh, did you see it all? I've seen a couple times. There's been a couple videos that have been comparing Gran Turismo Sport to Forza 7. Have you seen any of that stuff?
I haven't because well, I don't know why. I just think they're different, and that I don't know.
It I looked at a recent one, and they some guy had compared the Bugatti.
Okay, okay.
So it was the Bugatti on the same track, but I can't remember the name of the
Which one would they have? Did they both have Suzuka or Le Mans? They probably both have Le Mans or Monza.
I want to say it might have been Monza.
Okay, that makes sense.
Uh, and it I I want to say there's some things that were kind of neat in Gran Turismo, but for the most part, it looked like a an older version of Forza. It might have been like Forza 6, like
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean. Like some of the stuff in the background was missing, and there was more detail on the background stuff in Forza 7. But the only thing that they seem to have put in Gran Turismo Sport was that if you turn to look, you got more of the car. Like you can actually see the the passenger seat and like the stitching on the Bugatti seat.
Yeah,
Whereas
there isn't like you can turn internally in Forza, but it feels like you don't get a good enough view. Like I kind of want to be able to look down.
right,
You
right,
know what I mean? Like, I want to see everything in there.
right,
But if you get down, you just look behind you.
right.
Um, so yeah, yeah.
Eh,
I feel like in Gran Turismo, they seem to they seem to really nail natural light. Like the lighting in it looks really correct. Forza does a good job on it, but I feel like I feel like GT really kind of nails it, especially like in replays. You see, it's like, man, this fucking light looks really good. Like the way the way a scene is lit, like really will sell it. You know what I mean? Like it just makes it look even better, even if it's like the assets aren't as good. If that makes any sense.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Uh,
Hey,
it
K
loo-
Marsh.
it looks like an older version. Like it. Do you know what I mean? Like it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What I always hate is uh, people comparing replays, and I'm just like, who cares what the replay looks like? It's like I never look at the replay. And then I watch somebody playing Gran Turismo, and it's like as soon as you finish your section, it rolls into the replay. And you're like, well, I guess a lot of people watch replays, but like for Forza, you have to like hit,
Replay,
you know,
yeah.
watch a replay. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch the replay. Like, give me the next fucking race. Like, I'm ready to go. Uh, so it's not something I want to see unless something really crazy happens in the race. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save that replay and I'll watch it again, or I'll make a clip of the shit that happened. But really, I never see the replays. And so that's like one thing that GT really does well is replays tend to look better because they use more natural camera angles, like things that you would see in a race,
Yeah.
where like the camera is zooming in, zooming out as the car passes, that kind of stuff. It just feels like it's more of a televised presentation.
Jesus. Okay. Sorry.
What happened?
I was just trying to this sound I have it muted on my on the stream. Anyways. I'm distracted by K Marsh's question. Do you have Scotty bot in my stream? Hypebot is
iPod is Mixer's bot.
yeah, and
Yes?
if you yeah, it's Mixer's bot, and it's I can't remember at where exactly what that you linked somewhere.
Can you turn that off or no?
Yeah, it's a linking thing or of some sort.
I never turned mine off. I feel like a noob.
I can't remember what it is. There's a there's a maybe it's when you link Discord, or I think it's maybe when you link Discord. Do you have a Discord, Kmarsh? If you link Discord with yours, it puts a bot in your account, and that's what Hypebot is, I think. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I can't
Interesting.
remember. Yeah. And if you link I think it's Discord. If you link Discord with your Mixer account, then Hypebot shows up in your account, and it's a Discord thing, so that it like chat can show up in Discord
You just
as well as yeah.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
It's the same thing with I mean it's the same thing with ScottyBot
Or Scorebot.
Scorebot. Jesus, I can't speak
Yeah.
English. Yeah. Anyways. That is that. Back to games.
That's that. Yeah. Back to games. So no, I haven't had much time taking a look at those comparisons. But those tend to be fuel for console wars, so they can be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was asking Fogbound about it as well because I was interested to see what his take on it, but he said he hasn't played it yet. He has it, but he hasn't played it much
Yes.
enough to make it. He said,
Yes,
or he
the
said
last
something
time.
about he played the single player, and he really likes the single player of it, but he hasn't played enough of it. So
Yeah, right. Yeah.
uh, yeah, I mean, I'm in the same aspect. I'm happy that PlayStation players have a good racing game finally.
Yeah. You know what? I listening to the Giant Bomb guys talk about that game did not make it sound like a game I want to have.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to play. Yeah, because like the kind of like the sport mode in it seems a little too intense. Of like, uh, you know, there's specific race times, and this is when the race starts, and you have to be here at this time, and if you're not there at that time, then you're going to be doing qualifying laps until the race starts, and the 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 way they have like I like the idea of being able to regulate players by saying like, hey man, if you bump somebody, you're going to get aggression points or you're going to lose points, that kind of stuff.
right, right.
I think that's really smart, but it seems like that's not really implemented well. Like if somebody bumps into you, you lose points as well as him.
Oh,
It's
that's
like, well,
not
why do
good.
I lose points? What did I do? He hit me. So it's just kind of like, am I getting points because I was too slow, or like I'm not? I don't know. So it's a great concept. I like that idea, and then hopefully what happens is because there's a ranking system, right? And so hopefully what happens is like after like a month of playing, the shitty bumpy players will all be in the same group, and like players that don't bump as much will be in another group, and players that play totally clean all the time will be in like this higher echelon, and then they can race and not worry about some jackass bumping them off the road, and they can race uh more serious, if that's a
Right, right.
you know what I mean. Like, so I think it's a really cool idea. I don't know if it's implemented very well. I don't like the idea of like having to wait for championships. Like the first real championship is happening November 3rd, and it seems like, well, why did you release the game if I can't go into it and do the fucking championship? Like what are we doing? But it's all like, well, you're building up to a race, and you know it, it's like you're in a real championship, man. Like these things don't happen every day. It happens, there's a schedule, there's it, like a I don't it, it's one of those things, man. And it's like I
But is
don't
that
have time to be like, well, I've got to. I don't have time to like have appointment TV, let alone appointment gaming. Like
Yeah, yeah.
when I get a free moment, I will play a game. If I don't, if you know, if it's like, well, you got to be here at 9. If you're not here at 9, then you're gonna miss the race. Well, like, well, fuck off. I don't have time for this shit. Like, you know, I want to get into my favorite racer. I don't want to race. Like, well, you can play the single player versions, but the single player stuff sounds like shit.
Right.
Like it's like licensing and just like it doesn't sound appealing at all. So
So it's interesting that you bring that up because that there's a game mode in Splatoon called oh fuck,
the salmon run.
Salmon Run. Same idea.
Yes, yes, the same idea. And I
Sa-
think it's stupid there too. Because it's like, fuck it. I want to do salmon run. I want to do it all the time.
right. And I don't get it. And like I seem to be the only one disturbed by it. And
Hmm.
the same thing with the special weekends for like they had a Halloween weekend where you had to play between werewolves and vampires, and they tried to group the vampires together with the werewolves, and you know, depending on how many games were won by vampires. But I was like, okay, but I'm not here this weekend. Like I'm not, you know
Too
what I
bad,
mean?
buddy.
So I totally missed it, and it's just like,
Your vampire input is not needed.
right. That I find that really stupid. I find it extremely stupid. I mean, I like double XP weekends are you know, if I miss it, I miss it. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel like I miss out too much. But if it, um,
So wait, what are your thoughts on like the Forzathon stuff in Horizon 3? Where it's like, hey, this weekend if you do these 4 challenges, we'll give you 4 bonuses. Like, is that the
um,
same kind of thing, or is that because for me, like, I
they
love
do
that
it.
stuff, and
They do it every weekend though.
yes, it is a weekend thing. Yes,
So
absolutely.
I know that if I miss something, it'll be around next weekend.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
And I don't particularly like it. I don't want to
It's
say
the
I don't like it, but I don't hate it. But Salmon
it's the
Run I
collector
hate.
in me that gets me to play it all every weekend because it's it's like, ooh, what if they give us a car that I don't have yet? So I'll do these, and just, I haven't missed one yet. So I think this is the last month for Forzathon for Horizon 3.
Oh yeah,
They haven't announced any new ones, and now that 7 is out, it kind of makes sense that this would be the end.
yeah. But
Halloween is the last one.
they were talking about that stuff coming to Forza 7 though.
Yes, there is actually a slot in the menu that says Forzathon coming soon. I'm like,
So that stuff in that aspect, that stuff frustrates me though because it's like Forza 7 is out and it just feels like they're gonna they released three-quarters of a game and are gonna slip stuff in after. Like again, why is this game out
I
without an
agree.
auction house? Like it just
I agree. I
fucking
agree. There's no auction house. There was leagues in Forza 6. There's no leagues in Forza 7. Well, no leagues yet. There's a coming soon page for that, right?
right.
The auction house isn't there, but there's achievements for auction house. So like, I guess it's coming at some point. And like the Forzathon stuff is coming soon as well, which is like, what? Um, Part of me thinks the league stuff might be maybe the league stuff is linked with some OS update, like for uh, the tournaments
Okay.
for that are in the OS. So maybe that's why that stuff's delayed. So like they can say like everybody has it.
Okay.
Um, but it still feels very rushed. Um, I think it's it seems it seems pretty evident that the game had to come out, but it wasn't really ready. Uh, yeah, there's some really weird little things in there, like a racing aerial, not the aerial atoms, but the aerial nomads.
Okay.
So when you're racing nomads, it's an open wheel vehicle. And so what happens when you're racing open wheels vehicles and you're going really close to somebody, and say they're like this, and this car comes in your wheels will lock up, right? Because like your this wheel will get beneath that and kind of spin out and self reset. Uh, thanks, Kmarsh. And with the Nomad, the wheels don't have they're not solid, so you can actually go right through the wheels. Like your car doesn't get caught up like that. Yeah, and where the car actually is solid is where the body is, and so it's like, wait a minute, how come the wheels thing happens on these other cars, but on this car, the wheels are like they don't have a fuck, I don't know what the term is. Like they're not transparent, but
Yeah, yeah,
the world doesn't react to them being a solid object, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
And so even when you're up against a wall, your wheels will go through the wall until the body touches the wall, and then it'll start making scrape noises. Yeah, it's really bizarre. And so far, that's the only car that I've seen it on. So it's kind of like, what happened here, guys? Like, did somebody that was messing with the values didn't know that it was an open wheel car, so that they didn't put that value in it?
No
Like, I just
hitboxes
don't.
on that one.
I don't know. Yeah. So the hitboxes are just
Fucking
tiny.
hitboxes. Goddamn
But
hitboxes.
you know what? It all comes back to the hitbox. 10 out of 10. Few problems here and there.
Would totally gonna buy. Totally buy.
Would recommend. Extra long races. I'm just saying.
Those photos that you posted on Twitter though looked really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And doing extra long races. Speaking of those photos, where it's like the start of the race is like it's kind of gloomy. Then the middle of the race, it's like pouring rain, and then by the end of the race, it's starting to dry up again, and like the clouds are gone, and that stuff still blows my mind. It's a really fun race when it's like that.
Yeah, yeah. It. Uh, I was looking at 4K TVs.
Oh shit! What? Put my fucking drink down. God damn it! Tell me more.
The more that we fucking, the closer we get to. Actually, I was thinking today. I wanted to put a timer on here to say countdown to Xbox One X because I'm just like, the closer we get to it, the more it's just like, do I just really want to go out and buy a 4K TV? Because like, Costco, like, how do you feel about like other brand stuff like? Would you buy a Vizio or whatever? Like,
Stacy's got a physio upstairs. It's no problem. I ain't got no qualms with that. Like whatever.
okay, so a 55-inch, 55-inch
55 inch?
Vizio at Costco
Okay.
is $498.
What?
Yes,
498?
$498.
Does it have HDR?
Yes, it does.
What? Man, 55.
So like, and then like an LG 50-inch was like
Okay.
$650, and I'm just
Okay. That's still not bad.
I'm like yeah, if even if I didn't want to buy a Vizio and I want because I have an LG TV that I've had for a really
Yeah.
long time, I paid like $900 for that thing,
Yes. Yes.
and
Man.
these ones are fucking massive. Like they had a Vizio like 70-inch TV. It was like $1,200, and I was like, 70 is fucking massive.
That is ginormous. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep telling myself I don't need it, but I I have a feeling like probably 6 months into the next year, I'll be like, man, I really want to get a new TV. And
Yeah.
I think it'll be more games will be using the HDR stuff. I think that's what I'm more excited about. Like I really want to see what like Forza 7 looks like with HDR. I really want to see what, uh, like a Gears of War looks like with HDR. Like that might be a real fucking like a showpiece,
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
really want to check that shit out. And right now it's just a few games, so you're like, big deal. Like, okay, so what? Halo's not, or sorry, like, like Forza doesn't have. It's like, okay, I can live with that. Like still looks really good.
Right.
But by next year,
There's going to be
Like
so
I'm
much.
assuming almost everything will have it. Like it'll be weird when a game doesn't have HDR, right? So then it's like, well, fuck, man, maybe we should tell the kids to throw magnets at the TV or something. I don't know. Like, convince the little one to use a baseball in the basement or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
That's my whole problem. I feel
But
like
it's like,
I
what do I
should
do with
bring
this?
I should bring the TV upstairs down here and the
Yeah.
couch down here and then just like redesign my upstairs with like. But then
Yeah.
I come down here to do most of my gaming, so it's kind of like, do I just buy the 4K TV for down here and leave the?
Yeah. And then it's, well, like, you're going to be streaming a lot. So it's like, I want to see it. And when I'm streaming it, I don't see it because I'm using
Right,
another monitor. And
right.
you're like, ah.
But I'm keeping my S, right? So my whole
Yes.
idea was to keep both consoles. So I feel like the S I'm just gonna keep and just do all my game streaming from that,
Oh,
and
yes. Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
and then
Okay,
other
okay.
stuff.
And then when you want to kind of relax and take it all in, you'll use the
Yeah,
One X.
the One
That makes
X.
sense.
Uh, oh shit, Bizzo, sweet
Oh,
host.
see, I'll take a drink to that.
Hmm. We played some PUBG with Bizzo today. See the old man in action again.
Oh man. And did you guys get a dinner?
No, fuck, not even close.
I was gonna say, like, I know Bizzle was carrying you because got an empty wrapper.
That's right, yeah, because Barrick wasn't on. Fuck.
Oh man, alive! Have you played more of the Fortnite? I want to call it Fortnite PUBG, but it's not.
It's
You know what
not
I mean?
PUBG. It's like
The-
I think when we talked about it that one day, it was like I was like I hadn't really played their battle royale. I just kind of seen it.
Mhm.
But when I play it, it doesn't feel. It's not the same. Like it's the same thing. I feel like it's closer to what H1Z1 is than it
Okay.
is to what PUBG is. Like it's really hard to describe because I mean they're like the same genre of game, but it's just fucking it's not the same. Like
Right.
and Lemon seems to really like it, and
Does Lemons win a lot? Is that why he really likes it? Because that sways my decision all the time. Like I hate Call of Duty because I can never win, but Battlefield is great.
uh, but yeah, and I'm in the same boat as Varric. I think the only reason why Fortnite,
Yes.
A, it's free, and B, it's there's nothing like it on console. So people are,
Yes.
they're saying there's 500,000 active users on it. And I'm just like, great, but when PUBG comes out, is that really going to make a difference? Like,
It,
I think it's going to crush it.
it's nice that it's got an early start, but yeah, you're right. It's gonna get crushed. I was watching another streamer that was saying, when he was playing Fortnite, it seemed like he was an early adopter, and now because they kind of got their fill of it, they've moved on to other games like Destiny and whatever. And now he's like, all these people now because it's free have moved into Fortnite, and it's like they're kind of experiencing the game for the first time, and it's he's just like, he played a round or two, and it's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care, and he moved on. Um, so yeah, like I could totally. Uh, I feel like PUBG, everyone in the world will have played it before it gets to consoles. Like, it just seems so. Uh, it seems so huge. Like it's like concurrent players is like just, yeah, 2 million. Like it's fucking bananas how big it is. Uh, so yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to playing it on the console.
Yeah, I'm looking
Uh,
forward to playing it on the console too. Like, I I don't think having played it on PC, I'll have any advantage of it on the console really,
right.
because I'm gonna have to learn the controls controller wise.
Hmm.
But uh,
Just ask Bailey Bomb. He'll tell you how to play
yeah,
it.
Bailey Bomb's a whole other new athlete. Like, I don't know how he's beating. I can like I I'm confident that um, when we were talking about console players playing with PC players, and everyone's like, mouse players are gonna have more of a,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I 100 believe like. I feel like really good mouse and keyboard players might have an advantage over a joystick, but I really think good joystick people really can
I
beat a majority
yeah.
of mouse and keyboard players. Like I really think that they have an advantage. But then again, like the average joystick player will definitely not have an advantage like to an average mouse and keyboard. Yeah, well,
I'm sure the console version will have some sort of aim assist and
but even like we're saying, like Bailey Baum is playing with a controller against mouse and keyboard players, and he's fucking winning. Like,
yeah.
and,
So it can happen. It can happen. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's not a. It doesn't necessarily need to have an assisting, and it's pure skill thing. Like the guy plays these shooters, 20 hours a week. Like I'm not even. He's not like a pro player, but he's playing it enough that his skills on a joystick are very comparable to playing someone with a mouse and keyboard. So I think I really hope the crossplay gets involved, but I think it's going to be gangbusters on Xbox regardless. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to get it and play it. I think it'll be a totally different experience than Fortnite, and I really think it might put the nail in the coffin to Fortnite. Seriously.
Here's a weird question for Fortnite. Um, do you think you didn't like it because you played PUBG before you played Fortnite Battle Royale? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of went in thinking, okay, in my mind, I know what PUBG is. I've played it. I mean, I don't because I haven't played it.
Right.
But
I
like, in your head, you're thinking, I know what this game is. I know how to play it. I know kind of like what my actions are as soon as I get out of the plane and hit the ground and so on and so forth. Um, and so kind of having that going into the Fortnite battlegrounds because it's going to be the same but a little different, right? Also,
right,
it has
right.
the building aspect in it, which is totally different. Uh, so do you think that kind of skewed your opinion of it at all?
Uh Possibly. Uh it uh it feels real arcadey.
Mm,
So I guess uh when I drop in to sort of play it, it just kind of feels like I'm playing something I'm not maybe I have an expectation of what this experience should be like, and it's not delivering that, so as a result I don't enjoy it. But
right.
I think having played Fortnite before,
Oh, right.
like
Yes.
I played Fortnite just the regular mode, and I was just like, I don't really get this, and I don't really
I
like.
hate playing it by myself. I
Right,
hate it. Yeah, I feel like it's such a fucking chore. Like I want to play more Fortnite. I don't want to play it by myself, and I don't want to play it with randoms.
right.
And right now, I have no one to play it with.
Shawshank. He put a
Well,
comment.
there's Shawshank. You're right. You're right. There's Shawshank. I can always play with Shawshank. You're right. You're right.
Uh, he's throwing in the comment that I could buy that extra copy off of him, and I'm
He
just like,
still has that extra copy. Just wait for it. It's on
yeah.
sale this week too.
Oh man, maybe he'll sell me his copy on sale, even though it's at a severe discount already.
Oh.
Even then, I don't want to give him the money to it. I mean, I have it on PC. Like I have it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and
That's true.
I don't enjoy it. So it's kind of like I don't want to spend money to play again. I don't
Yeah.
want to play more of it. And I guess that already skews my impression of their battle royale, because it's like uh I think my expectation is that I'm able to build stuff. But like, for example, I was running away. Oh, Epic, thank you
Epic
so much.
fluffy cat.
I love that name. It's not
It's a
just a
great
fluffy cat;
name.
it's an epic fluffy cat. Just picture just the little nose and the. Um, you know, when you build a wall or anything, it can be shot out and destroyed like within a couple bullets, which I guess is all right.
That
But
kind of
I
makes sense. Yeah.
because
Does it matter what kind of material you use? Like I would imagine if you use like if it was brick, it'd be a little harder to break down.
right, and you need to collect brick in order
Right.
to
Right.
build. Yeah, so yeah, and they need more resources to build those walls than you know what I mean. So destroying trees is really quick and to be able you get enough resources to build wooden buildings and stuff like that. But yeah, it takes uh, uh,
It's
take
too
it
much resource gathering to to worry about like building anything in that. I would imagine while you're trying to, avoid 100 people trying to kill you.
right.
So,
It and I think that's the other thing about it is that the map on Fortnite is just ridiculous. So it's just kind of like hills with grass, and there's not a lot of trees, and then there's a couple sections that have trees, but it's not that. You know, uh, there's not a lot of that. So
mm.
like PUBG feels like it's so immense, and Fortnite just seems kind of tiny and just you know,
I
in
wonder if the new map they make for PUBG for the consoles will also feel smaller.
yeah. I'll that and that's what sort of frustrates me about PUBG. Is like you can play a game for fucking 30 minutes and not see anybody, and then when you see someone, it's like boom, like you know what I mean?
You're dead.
I'm dead, and it's like I just spent fucking 30 minutes collecting all the fucking resources, and like that frustrates me. It like,
Yeah.
and I don't know how people play this over and over and over again and be like, this is fucking great. Like at the same time, I'm like the whole battle royale sort of experience seems to frustrate me to the same in the same aspect that playing Fortnite by myself. I don't want like I don't want to do solo chicken because it frustrates me to lose so
The
quickly.
solo chicken is the best chicken, though.
Yeah,
I think I equate it to golf. I hate golf, but that one sweet shot that you get is amazing. And
right.
in PUBG, all you got to do is get that one sweet fucking kill, and you're like, this is the best fucking game.
Yeah,
I love it, and I'm never gonna quit.
yeah. And I think that's the magic of that you know the magic of that game is when you actually kill someone you feel like you really worked for it.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
there's that the constant tension, like you know, uh, every kind of creak, every sound you hear, it's like intensive because oh shit, is that somebody near me? Is somebody near me? Like just even watching in streams, like I would still get that just listening to the stream. You're like, oh fuck, somebody's around you, dude. Somebody's coming. What do we do?
I always find when I watch streams of people playing them, I see stuff that I don't. You know what
You
I mean?
never
Like I
see when
feel
you're
like I
playing
get
it. Yeah,
tunnel
yeah.
vision when I play it, but when I watch someone else play it, it's just like fuck, dude, he's over there in
How
the
did you
fucking
not
bush. He's
see
right.
that
Fuck,
guy?
dude, he's right there. Where the fuck are you looking? And they just want to fucking like a total backseat driver. But yeah, the fucking god damn it, that game. Yeah, and I don't understand. Like I have no explanation having played now I've played H1Z1 and PUBG and Fortnite. I don't. It's the same premise, but I don't know what makes PUBG so much special. It's like I can go to McDonald's and tell you that McDonald's has a good burger and Big Mac or Burger King has a good burger, but why the fuck do I want to go to McDonald's all the time over Burger King when this essentially the same
Yeah.
fucking shit food? Like, what is it about McDonald's? Is it because McDonald's just seems more?
It's got that special sauce,
Yeah,
dog.
but tell me what is it? What's that special
I can't
sauce?
tell
Is
you
that
that.
really?
It's a secret. It's a
Yeah.
secret.
How do they quantify that? Uh, fucking that stuff over like how do they quantify it that PUBG like does PUBG know why they're so special?
I don't know that they could replicate it, and I think we'll see. Like Fortnite will not be the first game that will have a battle royale mode in it that will feel slightly different and not in a good way compared to PUBG. Like I think
I'm
You
telling you
know,
now,
I'm sure
fucking
Call of Duty will have one. I'm
that's
sure,
right.
you know, Battlefield will have something. You know, all the major hitters are going to have some sort of battle royale version, or there might even be games that just come out as battle royale games, and and you will always compare them to the first battle royale game you've played, which is PUBG. Like it'll always go back to that,
Right.
uh, and whether it's good or bad, you know, I think it's inevitable.
Do you what I want to see more now that PUBG is proving that you can have 100 players on a server. Like we've had that on PC before, but I'm talking about like, are we gonna see more games like that? I've wanted to see games with these massive scale stuff before. Like I want to see more of that. Like I want
Yeah,
more games with more players. Like that. Can they replicate that? Can they bring that stuff to other game modes? Can we
I
play
hope so.
fucking NHL or fucking soccer with every player on the fucking soccer field that's taken as a player, or you know what I mean? This is a meownificent stream. You're the
I'll drink to
best.
that.
Like, what other big games could you play that every player is human? Like, do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
things like Battlefield would be amazing with more players, right?
I think
I mean,
so.
you'd probably die a bunch, but some of those maps are enormous that I don't feel it'd be that bad.
If
Um,
like, what if they got 80 players or 84 players? Like, if they put just a little bit more, like 100
yeah,
players, like, you know what I mean? Like, those maps are big enough that you could do that. Just add a couple more vehicles, or just you know what I mean? Like
absolutely. Yeah.
enough that I'm not running around like an idiot.
Well, you know, now that Epic has stolen all the tech that the PUBG guys have made and made it available in Unreal Engine, like, you know, why wouldn't you use this stuff?
Right.
So, like, in the fact that they're you know, kind of uh, making it better, making it perfect, it it's going to come back to the main engine, and then more people that are using the Unreal Engine, which is like everybody, will be putting it into their games. I totally see that happening. Where applicable. Like I don't think we're ever going to see a Halo game that's got 64 players, but you know,
Fuck.
you might see a Call of Duty game with that many. Why not?
That I mean, like I
It
said,
could be nuts.
we used to play fucking. We used to play that 64 players on Call of Duty 2, and some of those
Yeah,
like Carentan on 64 players was just a fucking like. I
it's a
remember
nightmare.
the first minute of every fucking round was just like you wouldn't leave spawn because it was just grenades coming over buildings. Like,
I was just about to say, you spawn and it's kind of chuck that grenade.
yeah, and I still do that when I play Battlefield. Like I just
Absolutely,
after
absolutely.
playing it
That's why
on,
you have a grenade. Toss it right
yeah,
away. I drop the health pack and then throw the grenade.
yeah. Did you see my replay with my 9 grenade kill at
Dude,
fucking
dude, that was bananas. How many kills? Like I was like, okay, that's enough, and then it just more names kept popping up that you had killed. I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah,
How many guys were in
a
that tunnel?
9. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was just like, this is this is of all the bad grenade tosses I've ever tossed. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
uh,
How many times have you thrown a grenade that landed back in your lap? That this one, this one time, you got like the kill of all kills.
yeah, that was. Yeah, I think what happened was that grenade toss. Someone had tossed that flame grenade, and it
Okay.
weakened enough players in that area that when I threw my grenade in there, I'm willing to bet that there were some players. Like, there's no way there was 9 people in that fucking bundled area. I
Yes,
just
that
think
they
that a
all.
lot of people that were weakened around that area, and my grenade just fucking cleaned them up.
Yeah, yeah.
So man, felt amazing. Just a blind grenade and just killed 9 people. It's just like, yeah. Fuck.
I don't even know if we
Oh,
won that round,
oh,
but we won after that grenade toss.
yeah,
Like, nah, it
right.
doesn't matter. We won.
It's I keep there's a guy at work I play ping pong with, and if he loses, he'll just find a reason to say he won. Like he's like, you know what, I
Oh.
lost the game, but I had point of the match.
I had the TSN turning point. I'm just saying. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He always finds a way to say that he won. It's so
At
frustrating,
the end of
but
the day, I'm still the best.
I'm
I
still
gotta
the
go.
best. Yeah. So, but you know that one point where I blocked your. All right,
All right,
Fluffies.
Fluffy.
Uh,
So, can we move on to some news?
yeah, let's move on to the news.
All right. All right. Let's start with the easy stuff. And by easy, I mean easy to crack.
Easy to crack. It's
So the SNES is the SNES Classic is cracked. I think when
right.
it first came out, there was like you needed a special tool, and
Yeah. So
is
the
this now
same
even easier than that, or
the
do you
same.
still need a tool?
Well, no, it's the same thing that it's the exact same. So I still don't. I've read in many places that the hardware on the SNES Classic is the exact same as the NES Classic. It's
Nice.
identical.
Really?
Right. It's the exact same thing. So
Okay.
the software, the guys that made the software for the first crack just ran it on the SNES Classic, and it worked.
Oh man, alive.
But they had to, change a couple things and this and that. So they've released the latest version, the same software, same, now it cracks both the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. Same
Here's a
fucking
question.
same way.
Here's a question. Can I get the NES Classic to run SNES games?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
It's a savings of $10, guys. Right? Because
But
the NES was only $60,
yeah, but
and
it
the
only came
SNES
with
is 89, man. It's a
it came with
fucking.
one controller. The SNES comes with two controllers
Yeah, but who
with
cares? Who's gonna
cables
play
that
with
are
you? It's a retro game.
come on, man.
You're playing for yourself. Come on now,
Bomberman? You wouldn't play Bomberman two players? Come on, man.
dude, man. I'm out. Give me my Star Fox 2.
Fucking
Let me play that for an hour and then never touch it again, and I'll be happy.
So I was saying tonight that like Hannah has just pretty much only played Final Fantasy on it,
Amazing.
and she's played enough Final Fantasy to sort of pay for it in its own aspect. But
That's awesome.
uh, so like let's crack it. She's like, but what if it breaks it and I can't play Final Fantasy? It's like, come on, man.
Come on,
Could
man. It's
play
a
fucking.
Raspberry Pi in there. You want to play some Final Fantasy? I get you
You
hooked
want,
up.
yeah, you like Final Fantasy 4? Let's get you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, fuck.
Come on now. Don't be silly.
Yeah,
I got ROMs for days. Come on.
right. So it's almost like we got to do it. We got to fucking take it to Pound Town and
That's
just
super
fucking
cool. That's
yeah.
super cool.
So that's yeah. I mean, it was inevitable, but
Yes.
yeah. After I heard or had read that they were running the same software from the NES Classic, I was like, oh, this will be inevitable really quickly. But this week they just fucking open up
It
the
blew the doors
floodgates.
wide open.
Yeah. Unfortunately, trying to get an SNES Classic is already still complete garbage.
Nintendo said, man, they're making way more. They're making way more. It'll be super easy to get one, and you won't have to go to a scalper that's gonna hose you. I fucking hate that.
If they,
I'm not-
I mean,
I'm sorry.
and they're saying before the holiday season,
Yep. Well, I mean, they got a couple weeks before the holiday season, right? I'm
right?
sure there'll be tons of them on the market.
Varric, it's funny that I have my Raspberry Pi, like I have it cracked with not cracked. I have my Raspberry Pi and I've got it set up as an emulator, and I bought a Super Nintendo controller and I put all the games on it. Uh, it's great, but it's like I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
There's
talked
something
about this.
magical about that unit. It's it one the one thing it does better than a Raspberry Pi, and I think it's just a software limitation because you have to put in like a super big OS on it. But when you turn on SNES Classic, it's like 2 seconds, it's on, and you're playing games. With Raspberry Pi 3, in like with emulation station, it boots up, and like it rolls and it rolls and it rolls. It loads up, and then you load the game, and then it just like it takes like a good 2 to 3 minutes, and like may not seem like much, but it you know,
It feels
Nintendo's
like you're
were
turning on a computer
you
and not turning on a console.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's like the SNE Classic. It's like turning on the Super Nintendo. Click, game is on, play, and just just that alone, it sort of makes that connection, But again, you're not wrong.
Uh,
You're absolutely not wrong.
yeah, let's be
Save
clear.
yourself
I'm
some
I'm doing
money.
the Raspberry Pi thing. I don't fuck them. I'm not. I'm not gonna go. I'm not getting a SNES Classic. I'm just gonna make a. I have a Raspberry Pi 2. That should be enough.
Oh yeah, mine's a 2 as well. But like you can get the 3s now for this. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, is it worth the money? Am I going to pay $500 for an SNES Classic? No, absolutely not. Uh,
They're super expensive in Canada too. It's $100, man.
right,
Like I'm not sure I'm willing to spend that on some nostalgia.
right. No, you're absolutely right, and I think I'm in the same boat. Like, if 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 I didn't, I like I said, if that thing hadn't fallen in my lap on payday, like you know what I mean, like I I already have the NES games on my
Yes.
Raspberry Pi. Like I
Yeah.
have all of them on my Raspberry Pi. I have all of them the NES and the SNES games on the same Raspberry Pi. It holds it all. Like I don't have to fucking switch consoles just to play either one, right? It's and it's like I mean, why would someone go and pay $500 for this when you can get the same experience? Like literally, it's uh, but in the same aspect, I understand why they want it,
Yes.
right?
Hey, and the controller cable is longer this time.
Yeah, fuck that. That's a bag of shit. It's a $10.
I thought I'd just say it. Just thought I'd say
Yeah.
it.
2 controllers too, not just one. Like I keep saying 2. When there was not even a lot of 2-player games on it.
Yeah. It's like, you fucking keep pushing that second controller. Come on now.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, honestly, Raspberry Pi 3 is I mean, I feel like you can buy the USB SNES controllers in store now. Like you can buy them
Yeah.
at Best Buy. They're not hard to get. So, but yeah, yeah, bag of shit. Fuck you, Nintendo.
So, speaking of Nintendo, our your Nintendo Switch,
We got a big update this week.
yeah, is getting a bit, or it got a big
We
update.
got a big update this week.
Okay, okay, let's hear
OS
it. What
4.0.
4.0?
Yeah,
Man, they've updated it 4 times already.
yeah,
This thing's been up like a month.
yeah. And I mean, I think it's big for uh, they it's big, but it's not big. Like it's
2 steps
they,
forward, 1 step back.
yeah, it does. It's so fuck you, Nintendo. Like it's so stupid. They added video capture,
Capture, yes, awesome.
but
Welcome to the next generation.
only certain games.
Ah,
Only the big games. So basically, Splatoon and Zelda are the only games that can really capture video.
okay, okay. But
So
but will all upcoming games have it, or is that still a
that's yet to be seen. I
okay?
have a
Okay.
feeling that is the limitation, where it's like the developer has to be able to take advantage of like an API that Nintendo makes in order
Right.
to get it.
And obviously that's gonna chew up you know uh, cycles and stuff. So
Well, I think
who
that's the
knows if
other.
that's a
I think that's
performance
why
hit or not?
it is that way.
Yeah.
I think if you have the OS that runs on top of your game, take the screenshots like the way Xbox does it, the developer doesn't have to figure out how to program that stuff in order to.
Okay. Okay.
Whereas if the programmer puts it in their game, then it's less overhead for the like. I don't think they don't want the OS to take that much resources or have it consistently running to be able to take videos.
So
So
if it's every game that's doing the videos, then where do the videos go?
they save to your memory stick.
Okay. 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 And to be clear, they're just 30-second clips, which
Yeah.
isn't bad because that's what I've got mine set to on my consoles. It's like I just need the last 30 seconds. That was the cool thing that happened. I don't need like
Right.
5 minutes worth of video or anything crazy like that.
Right, and it had they seem to have, like their media. They had some editing stuff, so you can trim the
Oh, well,
videos and
that's
stuff
cool
like that,
too. Yeah, that's
and
good.
then
That's good.
upload it to YouTube and Twitter. So
So you make your own vines.
right, right, exactly.
That's still. Is that still alive?
Yeah.
That's
That's still a
nah.
thing, right? Vine.
These
Uh,
newfangled things.
yeah, and the only other thing that they sort of added, uh, the only thing that it really added is a new activity feed. There's a little bit more detail in the activity feed, which so 4.0. That's
There you go.
the
4.0.
big old Switch update.
Get it while it's hot.
Get it hot. Well, and then I finally got the new dashboard update for the Xbox too.
Yes.
Because I know
Yes.
I opted out of the fucking insider program for my Xbox. So
I have not yet opted out like an idiot.
after watching for months and months everyone else have this fucking dashboard, I finally got it. I'll tell you, at the end of it, I was like, when am I gonna get this fucking thing? Like, I really
dig it.
felt
I
left
really
out.
dig
Like,
it.
I really, like, it
Yeah.
just didn't feel right.
I really dig it. I really dig it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Jen doesn't like it. She doesn't like. I mean, she feels like she has to relearn how to use the Xbox.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you kind of sort of do.
Yeah,
Uh
but I mean, it just switched from doing this to doing this. Do you know what I
y-
mean? Like they tucked
yes.
everything in side motion rather as opposed to having to scroll down for everything.
I like how they kept the pins, but then you can make a game or a person a whole tile set. So
Yes.
like you start your system up, and it shows you kind of like what the last game you played, and if you push down, it can be like the major games you play. So like for me, I have like Forza and like Marvel Heroes up there. So it's like, oh, just I don't have to go to my pins. I can just kind of drop down and there's Forza, there's Marvel. I can start those up right away,
Right.
which is nice because it's kind of like you know I do play those games a lot, so
Well.
I want them quickly and they keep you they the tiles there are updatable.
Oh shit.
So
Murphrade.
oh shit.
Murphy. Hey, Jenks and Buttercup. What?
Joe, what is going on here?
Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in deep trouble.
Oh, Murph was playing Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, nice.
Actually, we were just talking about the new Super Nintendo dashboard, the new update, the 4.0.
On the Switch, not the Super Nintendo.
Did I say
Eat
s-
poo. Oh
I s-
my goodness, that's a yikes. That was a bit.
Hey man, I mean, to each their own. I mean, it's not.
mean,
I'm not sure that
I
that's
guess.
healthy.
No,
Do you think the body? No, no.
no, don't do it. Don't you get worms.
You get worms.
Oh man.
Who run?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man alive. No, it's the worst way to get more fiber in your diet.
Yeah. Um, Murph, the new update.
This is on you, Murph. This is
is
on you.
you brung in a tucked in wiener.
We're
Jesus,
watching
Murph,
You
fucking
totally brought
this
in
guy.
This is
Blame Murph.
yes. You came just at the right time.
Brung in a tucked in wiener. This is Murph.
Did he say hungry?
All right. Clickety click, bob a trick.
Don't feed the trolls. That's on me.
The Switch update. Did you take advantage of it? Did you, other than video and what else is there on the Switch update? I think that was really the only two things, and I don't know why it has like a big 4.0 because it just really feels like the same friggin' thing.
Is there more? Is there more me options? Did they get rid of the me's? I feel like I don't know.
You still got a me.
Okay, okay, still got a me. No me options though. No more me options. Full switch capability, so it can be both top.
I'm not sure I understand.
Don't even. I'm not touching that, Jank. I'm not touching it.
Should have known.
Set him up. Set him up. Knock him down. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure what they. Okay. They, I don't think there was that much, anyways.
Still, I still think the video stuff is neat, because it's a great way to show, uh, uh, events that happen in your games. I still think that's really awesome to see. Like, um, we see all sorts of clips from various games of, like, final kills, uh, crazy jumps, big explosions, all sorts of crap. So that stuff's fun to watch. Like,
Yeah.
capture it and easily dump it to Twitter or any of your social media. Put it on Facebook.
It's
so
interesting
mom
that
can
it's
see
coming
it.
out. It's interesting that it's coming out just before Mario Odyssey, because I think that's something that's going to get shared a lot. So
Yeah, and I hope that's one of the games that has it. That's why I asked, like, all upcoming games will have it or not. I can't
I'm not
imagine
sure that
it
all
doesn't
games are going to
have it.
have it, but I think it's going to be. They wanted to have it out before Mario Odyssey because it just seems like there's a better marketing tool to have out there.
Yeah.
But better marketing tool to have out there, but than people's audience, because like people will share that shit for free and saves Nintendo money.
Absolutely.
There's no better audience than your friends share that stuff. So, speaking of which, that's out this week, isn't it? 26th.
It's Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
This is it's a killer Friday. It's Assassin's Creed. It's Mario. Which one is it? Is it Mario or is it Mario? Super Mario. Super Mario. Super Mario. Mario. Super Mario. and Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
Yes.
So those three games on the same day is kind of bananas. And I love that they're not the same. Like, it's not just like, oh, there's three shooters or there's three driving games. It's like they couldn't be more different. Like,
Yeah.
It's really awesome. So yeah, something for everybody on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, and I've actually seen a bunch of hype for Assassin's Creed this past week, and I thought that was kind of strange because I haven't seen people talk about Assassin's Creed.
I think people are ready for Assassin's Creed. They took a year off, which was really smart, and I think people are ready to go back into an Assassin's Creed game. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think I'm excited for it. Syndicate was so friggin' spectacular that it really made me excited to play another Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what they showed at E3 didn't really super excite me. I'm not sure I feel like I'm almost a little scared it's going to be another Assassin's Creed 3, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel your worry there, Buttercup. Because it's a new head running the game, and they're bringing in like a new mechanic of like this kind of leveling system, and like your enemies will be different levels and things like that. And the one video they showed at E3 got me super worried. Was that he snuck up behind like a level 32 and he was only level 15, and he snuck up behind him to kind of assassinate him because he is an assassin. And like it didn't work, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know how I feel about this, because I feel like if I got behind you and I snuck up, like I want to get the kill. Yeah, it does have that RPG. Yes, absolutely. So like part of me was like, well, that makes sense because he's so much higher level, but also kind of want that kill. So we'll see. We'll see. That's I'm still very hopeful for it.
Yeah, I think I want to play it, but I think Mario is probably going to be the game we buy this week. Uh, uh, they've sunk their marketing fangs into my daughter, and when you want to buy a game and your 8-year-old's going, Dad, Mario, and she's got like the iPad out, and like it's like, Dad, come look at this, see this and see that. It's like, fuck, you're more excited for a video game than I have been in a long time. And it's
Wait,
just like,
so Meg wants to play Assassin's Creed?
yeah, she wants to play Assassin's Creed. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, alive. Okay, that's awesome.
No.
Uh, there's also I don't know that it's out when they first launched the game, but they also have they have like an I don't this is quotes educational mode, which is like there's no enemies. Enemies don't attack you. You can just kind of go around the place and read notes on the different things. Like you can go to the pyramids and there'll be like notes on like when the pyramids were made, and you can go to kind of different places on the map in the world, and they'll have like educational tidbits about the markets and the River Nile and all that stuff. Like I
That's
think that's
awesome.
kind of neat. And so yeah, like you won't be attacked. There's no enemies. It's just you kind of like exploring the world at your leisure.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I think that's a really neat kind of. Sometimes like I feel like some with these games like they're so big and people have put so much effort into building the world. Sometimes I feel bad that we're just running through most of it. We never get
Oh,
to like really see any of the cool shit inside it, you know?
well, and that's exactly it. I don't think I fully experience those Assassin's Creed games sometimes because they're long, and
Yeah.
there's always a worry that my I'm gonna lose my patience with them, and I'm like, all right, I want to play something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. Those games don't generally hold my interest for longer than 20 hours. So it's kind of like if it goes on for 50, or like if I stop to read all that stuff, then uh, you know, I'm never gonna finish this game. So it really and I thought I was bad, but like Jen's mom doesn't listen to anything.
I Vulnera, I'm the same way. I take screenshots constantly. I feel sorry for everybody that follows me on Xbox because it's just like screenshot after screenshot after screenshot. But look, again, like these guys put so much effort into making the thing look good. Like, let's appreciate it. It gets to the point where, uh, like Everspace. I love the way Everspace looks, and their camera for like taking shots is really crummy. Like I was like, come on, let me move the camera around. Let me have some fun with this. And it's like, there's no options. It's just like move the camera around your move the camera around your ship, and that's it. And it's like, but it's such a beautiful game. Like, let me kind of compose this shot. Not that I'm a photographer or anything, but it's just like it looks so good. Like it'd be awesome. Yes, Horizon was really good. And then later on when they added like the poses and stuff like uh for the character, that was really cool. Which they do in what was the Uncharted one that just came out? Lost Legacy? Lost Legacy does that too. You can change the kind of like facial expressions and things like that to take the screenshot. Like that's really awesome. Like it's so granular. Like it's really cool. Really cool. So yeah, every game should have a screenshot feature. Every single game. Like that, come on.
I don't think that should be hard to put into a game. I like how Horizon did it with the drone. Like they had to explain why the camera could go up and down. You know what I mean? It was like, you got a drone, so
Yeah,
the camera.
okay, cool. I'm in.
Not like the photography mode in Horizon really needed any explanation. Like it just want to take a picture of pretty cars. I don't need
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
all I
need
want.
a
That's all I
story to
want.
why I have a drone that automatically lets me take
It's a
pictures.
weird thing to have in a game, the drone thing, but like, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. So, so do we really want to touch on this NeoGAF stuff more?
Hey man, so apparently Neil Gaff is run by like a real dirtbag, and somebody finally called him out on it, and instead of facing the truth, he's just shut down his site. So, like I don't know what to say. I I'm a member at Neil Gaff. I loved the site. I think there's a lot of really good people there. It was always wonderful to kind of like you would chat about a game and like one of the developers would be there talking
Right.
about his game. Like it was always really cool to kind of, you know, uh, to be in that kind of community. Uh, and you know, the gaming side was always kind of like it's kind of crazy console war bullshit constantly, like just kind of shit posting. You know, you knew who to avoid and whatnot, but like in general, like you know, a lot of really cool things happen there. Like you know, I set up those like Forza leagues and you know sent trophies out to winners and stuff. Like really cool shit. Uh, and so uh, these sexual assault allegations are very very serious and you know, especially from a person that in the past had shit all over other offenders, um, and then now that it's on, now that the egg is on his face, it just kind of seemed like walked away from it. It's just I don't know. That's
Hardy Murphy.
see you later, Murph.
I feel like
That's
Gaff
kind of
was.
gross.
I feel like Gaff was one of those last forums, because forums have sort of died
Yes, I
in
agree.
general.
I
So
agree.
like Gaff seemed like to be the only thriving forum that exists. I mean, in a prime example of why technology evolves, it's like this is, you know, the one guy turned it off. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
essentially, yeah. And it's funny because like a lot of the guys that I would race with and chat with, because I would only go to like certain threads because I knew my limit of like nonsense and stupidness. So like you know, it was the Forza threads, the you know download thread, the photography thread. That's pretty much it.
Right, right.
Um, but then like I was getting messages on Twitter and stuff, and it's kind of like people like saying, okay, so where do we go now? Like if this thing's dead, like where do we go? Like we still want to talk about this shit. Like we still want to have a discourse. But it's like, you know, I don't want to go Reddit. I don't want to, you know. So there is that kind of like, well, what do we do now? I don't know. Because like you said, it seemed like it was a very, I don't want to say tight knit community, but like it was a very strong community. You know, like the people that went there every day, and you know, some people would check the site hourly, and you know, heated discussions aside, it tended to be a pretty good place to kind of like yap about video games, and also a great resource for video game information.
Right.
Uh, so and like that's kind of a bit of a loss too, because that's you know you would have people bringing up information, and m- most of the people, most of the people that were bringing up rumors were actually were actually like semi vetted. So the information they were bringing tended to be pretty close to the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, like you know that's a crazy big resource. Um, and again, I think you know it it's gone. I don't think it's wrong that it's gone.
No, no.
Um, but you know, I it's hard. Like you know, I would find it hard to go back if Evil Lore was still at the head at the helm. Like I just don't want to be associated with that.
Right.
If that makes me a snowflake, then so be it. But like I still think that, you know,
No,
uh,
I think it's good that this stuff gets brought up because it at the same time. I hate to think that this is fucking. I feel like this is almost whatchamacallit, that problem we had previously,
Gamergate.
Gamergate, but
Yeah.
it, it seems like it's almost taken more seriously now. Like there's more and more allegations coming out, and more people getting, and I feel like it gives someone a voice to actually grow the balls to say stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Tarantino was supposedly did an interview where he supposedly knew everything about Harry Weinstein and didn't say anything, and he's like, now he's kind of like totally regrets it, and he's like, I hope this doesn't affect my career. It's like, well, fuck. Like
Yeah, come on,
I don't
dude.
even know how to feel about that too. At the same in the same
Yeah,
aspect, like, come on, you're partly responsible. Like you let
yeah.
these fucking people, you know,
You didn't say anything because you were feeding on the teat. That's why.
right. Well, and everyone has the right that everyone has will have that impression. Like
Yeah,
fuck this
absolutely.
guy. Like you know what I mean? So, uh, but what happens when this dude shuts NeoGaf down? Does he hide all evidence of?
Well, I mean, see, and that's the problem is that he's in a position of power. So when threads were coming up, like, hey, have you guys seen this shit? Like, because that's kind of how it started, and people were like, well, what the fuck is this? And you know, people were getting banned, and then posts and threads were being deleted. And so you can guide the discussion that way, right?
Right, right,
So then it's like, well, we can't say anything bad about this guy be, because he runs the place. That doesn't, just because you run it doesn't mean you can do anything you fucking want. So
right.
like, uh, uh, so yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, if Neil Gaff kind of comes back from this without him there, uh, then I'd be happy to go back. But like as it currently stands, like I don't know. I I couldn't. I don't know.
Well, I think you can't have a resource that relies on one person.
Yes. Yes. I mean, he had mods and like, the day this stuff happened, which was yesterday, uh within a few hours, like all the mods had quit the site. The site had gone down, and then the site came back and it was great because every thread was fuck evil lore. This guy's a piece of shit, and look at all this shit. And it was just thread on thread on thread of just hate. And then there was a couple in there. These are my favorite ones. A couple of them were in there were just like homebrew and retrocade. And then like you're like, wow, that's a really weird thing to kind of bring up in all of this. And you click on it. And then like the meat of the thread, the meat of the post was like, can we just get to grips with like we're just pirating games, right? Like let's stop talking about a homebrew. Because one of the rules on NeoGAF, if you talk about pirating games, you'll get permabanned. Um, but talking about emulation or homebrew stuff is fine, but you can't talk about pirating. And so this one post was essentially saying like, can we stop like fucking beating around the bushes? Like, we're not getting homebrew so we can play some shitty fucking indie thing. Like, we're getting it to play NES games on our Vitas, right? Like, this is like, come on, like, who are we kidding here? Like, why are we on this high horse? I was just like, this is so fucking perfect, man. And people are just, people were, we're pissed off, and rightfully so. Like, because I feel like we were bamboozled.
Right,
Uh,
right.
because this guy had uh, this kind of character of like a very progressive, uh, a character, and you thought, okay, like, I, I guess he might be eccentric. I don't know, whatever. Um, but this story that was told is just fucking horrible. It's just the worst. I can't even fucking believe it. Uh, but I do believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it's it's one of those stories. She didn't have to say anything. She gets nothing out of this. Uh, um, like, so I think it's amazing that she had the balls to kind of say it. Uh, so all the props to her. I think that's
Well,
fantastic.
and it's good to see that there's more of a safety net. Not a safety net. That's not maybe not the right way, but there's more, because I feel like in the past, if someone said something like that, it would have been
There would be
like,
so much, and there was still some victim blaming, like, no, 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 she's making this shit up. She's just getting back, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why would there's nothing to gain from saying something like this. There's nothing to gain. And even, like, she gets nothing out of this. It actually probably brings up a horrible experience again for her, which I'm sure she does not want to ever experience again.
right,
So, so, you can't blame her. She did nothing wrong.
right.
So yeah, I'm happy that the bulk of the people, the bulk of the reaction I saw was super pissed off people. And I think that's the way it should be. It should be super pissed off people that were demanding that he step down from running this thing. But like, he owns it. So like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna sell it to IGN and make a ton of money. It's like, at the end of the day, this piece of shit is still gonna end up on top,
Well,
right?
and that's where maybe it's best it doesn't. That's where
That's
people.
and that's why I'm like, I think it's for the best that it just fucking dies. As much as I really love that site, I think that's the best.
It leads to opportunity in other things. Like, why don't you guys just get together on Discord and start your own? You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like,
I have noticed tweets from both Waypoint and Giant Bomb saying, "Wow, we've got a huge influx of new accounts opening up on our forums." I'm like, "Well, I know where they're coming from."
yeah, yeah. I've been away from forums for so long that like, I think I tried to sign up to NeoGAF and I was just like, I just hate
Yoga
forums.
also had a weird kind of like, you got to wait around and see if you get in, and that kind of nonsense,
Yeah.
which kind of made it a little bit elitist, that always rubbed me the wrong way. But their reasoning was, well, this will keep the riffraff out. And like, god damn it, there was so much riffraff in there though. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so much shit posting and astroturfing and just nonsense. So
yeah, but that's inevitable anyways. Like,
yeah,
even when Beam was like in its early stages, when I first was on Beam, was like, there's a lot of good people here. There wasn't a lot of shit to deal with. There was no people eating poop and no people fucking.
yes, coming in here talking about two girls in one cup.
That's right. And and as soon as they rolled it out to the Xbox and they added a huge influx of people, those people come. They come
Yeah,
with everything,
absolutely.
and it was to
It
be
happens.
expected.
It happens.
So yeah, there has to be an expectation that trolls will join the community, but for the most part, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, which is why I never go. I mean, not never, but that's why I hardly go to Twitch unless it's something I really want to see there, and I usually stay out of the chat. So
I've visited Twitch. There was a bunch of big Mixer guys that have it's kind of a weird thing going on in Mixer, that big streamers that were here at one point just up and leave and go to Twitch. I don't know if it's
I think it might have to do with because I follow a guy on Twitch that, like, not I don't think he really did anything, and you can subscribe to him with money.
that's the new thing on but these are people that were already partners
Oh,
on
they're already
Mixer.
really big. Yeah, they're already partnered here.
They're already partnered here and they're up and
Oh
leaving.
wow, interesting.
Yeah, I know there's some people that are up and left and gone over to Twitch just because they want to have, because now you just have to be they have a term for it, but yeah, you can all be partners and have emojis in some ways.
Yeah.
You still have to be kind of approved for it, but long story short, you can now get a subscribe button no problem on Twitch, but
Right.
the Mixer still has that short reaction time, and that was what makes it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely. You're not wrong.
uh, the fact that I can watch and type almost immediately and see reaction to do you know what I mean? Like that sells the platform in itself. Like that and the community seems to be much more friendly and enjoyable, but uh, it's a better design. It's a better, there's so much about this platform that's so much better, but I guess it's the desire to, you want a bigger audience. I guess, you want 1,000 people watching, then I guess that's where you're going. But I mean, there's people there's a Spanish guy that plays Clash Royale. He comes here and, he's got 5,000 viewers. So
That's amazing. Holy shit.
yeah, it's not you're not limited to just your people here. Like you can reach out to other forums to get people to come to your stream. Like it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I'm only attracting the people that are already on Mixer. So I don't know. It's a strange thing to watch people leave to go to Twitch. But whatever. I feel like there's something that we don't know about it. So it's an untold story.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
I guess we'll end it on that.
One on that. Sorry for my rant.
No, it's
on Gaff.
No, it's good. I'm interested to see how it'll develop.
I'm hoping that we get some sort of statement from Evil Lore. I'm assuming he's seen some sort of. I would imagine he's seen some sort of legal counsel. To be honest with you,
Right.
It's a big thing, right?
Right.
So I'm assuming he's seen legal counsel, and that's why he hasn't said anything yet.
Well, not only that, but what bigger form of proof exists than actual Neil Gaffin itself? You know what I mean? So like, shut the evidence down so that people can't access it as soon as possible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad.
It's pretty damning.
Yeah.
When you're deleting posts and stuff like that, and then it was just like, well, fuck it, I'm just turning this off.
Yeah.
And it seems like it was something people knew about because, like, why else would all the mods leave?
Right.
Like, to me, that's kind of a telling thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Well, we'll see how it develops. I'll be interested to see where people go. I kind of feel like forums are dead, and I kind of grown into Discord more in the last little while.
I'm the total opposite. Like, Discord does nothing for me.
Yeah, no,
like it really does nothing for me. I'm like, nope, I don't even know. No.
I like that it has chat, but I feel like if something like if chat happens and it goes really, really quickly, I miss stuff. Where at forums, I can jump, I can go back and scroll through.
Right.
Short. Like the shorter the speech, the shorter the conversation, the more I feel like I miss. Do you know what I mean? Whereas people try to get all their content down in one post, and then have a discussion from there, right?
I also think, like, with everyone having a Discord, it's just way too fragmented. Join my Discord. Join my Discord. Join my Discord. I'm like, all right, I'm joined to everybody. Now what? And so you go into one person's Discord, and they have like 17 different sections in their Discord. I'm like, what is all this shit? What are we doing here?
Yeah, but if you had,
and it's like its own little website for each person that you're following in Discord, and I'm just like, I don't have time to look at all this shit. Like, I have better things to do.
Yeah, but you could easily make
throws me off.
You could easily make a Forza one. It doesn't have to be Zorbzy's Discord. It could be a Forza one, and only you and in it you have your pictures.
I guess, like, I am in one that's just kind of like Canadian game deals.
They have a
When
Discord?
it's yeah, they do. I'll send you a link to that. I got it from Gaff. Uh, um, and that one's really cool because they've got the sections that they split it up with. It's like, you know, Nintendo deals, Xbox deals, you know, PlayStation deals, you know, non-video game deals, that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, this is really cool. So it's like, you know, kind of go into the section that I want to see. But again, it's like I don't have, I never installed the Discord app. I just use the website. And so it's just kind of like, if I don't have that tab open, I'm like, I never use it.
Well,
So
I've installed the app because I like the voice chat like I find that I'm using the voice chat feature more and more.
yeah,
So
maybe I should get the app because then every time we try to do voice chat with the site, it's always a nightmare.
oh yeah,
I
maybe you
don't
should
know.
get the
I
app.
don't know.
Maybe you should get the app. Yeah, but
I'm an old man. I feel my hair turning grayer as I'm these apps and
I do agree. I do agree with you with like everyone having an individual app. I find it very hard to keep in touch. Like I want to be on people's discords, but I don't take part in half the, like I can't be part of everyone's community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's hard enough trying to follow, 300 people on Mixer and go to their streams to watch, you know what I mean, to watch their streams and be part of them. So, I pretty much have to chat with them basically when I'm on their streams. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't so, and unless like Murph and Buttercup, I'll play games with them on a frequent basis. So like I'll be part of their Discord because I know that I'll be playing games with them.
Right.
But other than that, I can't. I like the Shed. I would join. I like the fact that the Shed has a Discord as opposed to I have to join Bizos and I have to join
Yes.
Tasty
yes.
Lemons and I have to
Yeah.
join. You know what I mean? Like that's another one that I just feel like those group ones I find I spend more
Yes.
time in than
I
actually.
I agree. I like the group ones more than I like the hey, join my individual. It's like, well, like man, come on.
Yeah. So, and even more, the more that we play games or stuff like that, I only just want to use like the Shed's Discord, and then don't want to
Right.
even bother trying to manage my own Discord. Like it's just a waste of time. Of course, I'm not Magnetron, so I guess that. Bump a dum boom. Alrighty. Well,
All right.
wrap this up. As always, guys, thanks so much for dropping by. Sweet raids by the Murph guy, and of course we had all the beautiful people drop
Thanks
by.
for bringing in the riffraff, Murph.
Yeah, thanks, Murph. I eat poo and all that stuff.
Thanks for bringing in IE Poo.
As always, we do this every Sunday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Check us out on Mixer. I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and here on Sundays, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Zorbs is a Monday to Friday streamer, 10 a.m. to when he gets hungry.
Yes.
And then of
We
course
got some big games this week.
Big games this week.
Big games. Maybe an early release. I'm just saying.
Just wouldn't
Keep that up there.
Wouldn't mind some early releases. Seeing what Wednesday?
Wednesday could be Wednesday. If I get it Wednesday during the day, we'll do a Wednesday stream at night.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we'll start early.
And of course, the Battlefield Thursdays. We always play Battlefield. Was
so much fun.
Trump some people.
Yeah.
So follow us on Twitter also under the same names. As always, I'm Gwildor, GWILD0R, and of course Zorbzy, ZORBSIE. We'll see you guys later. Peace out. Word to your mother.
Be good. Be lucky.
Be good. Be lucky.